Hello, Aqua again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed Supplemental Bees episode 6. Look what I've got. Just noticed it flying around. Where's it gone? No idea what I've done to make it happen, but... oh, it's gone, the bastard. Where'd he go, damn butterfly? I swear there was a butterfly flying around just a minute ago. Now, I've got trees around here. I've got flowers, of course, I've got bees, so I've got everything around for butterflies, I think. I have no idea how you actually spawn them. What I've got here is some oak and some birch just near each other, near the bees, because that's going to start getting me some silver birch saplings, I think. I have to make a grafter at some point and start doing a bit of tree breeding. So I want to play with the extra tree stuff as well that Binny's added, so I will be doing some of that at some point. Yeah. Birch. There was a butterfly flying around just before I started recording. In fact, I wasn't quite ready to start recording, but I saw the butterfly and I got all giddy. Okay, so since yesterday's episode, I've done a little bit of breeding. I was doing something slightly wrong, and I've worked out now what I was doing wrong. So, if we look in here, I've bred up another species. In fact, let's look at this first. I've put a informational panel there with the mutation rates with the items there, just to remind myself, so that I have to keep checking on the wiki. What I've done is, so I've made all these serums. I put the austere in and I managed to get some more. What I did was I used the maximum fertility on the austere bees and the demonic bees, which give me four drones each time I cycled it. So I managed to get enough. So I've got all these different serums that I pulled off the bees that I already had. So I've got Noble, Majestic, Imperial, there's that branch. Common, Cultivated branch there. Diligent and Wary, Industrious, the Industrious branch. Then I've got the ones that I did in the Nether. So I think that's everything I need to do in the Nether. So that's sorted, that's out of the way now. Modest is from the hive, from the desert ones at the start of the austere line. So I made a Modest into high fertility and got myself a Modest serum. Frugal, Austere, and Sinister, Fiendish, Demonic. That was the three that we actually did in the Nether. But these two you do in the Nether as well, because they need a arid or hot environment. And then I've done this path. I accidentally started these when I was doing episode 1 or 2. But I just did this off camera because it's pretty straightforward. Ancient, Primeval, Prehistoric, and Relic. Relic is the one that has the longest lifespan, so I managed to get longest lifespan. So if we look at so I've got a chest there, that's going to be all my different species, and the chest here is going to be the actual best stat modifiers. So ones I've got up to now: Nocturnal Rainfall, Cave Dwelling, of course, effect cancellation. We're going to have the XP effect there. We're probably going to get on for that today because I'm going to go down that path now, I think. Low fertility, maximum fertility. So I put maximum fertility on my bees that I use to get BDNA, and I put low fertility on everything else because I don't need extra drones for everything else, so it's just easier doing it like that. Flowers pollination, we'll probably get node pollination and node pollination and possibly some other stuff, but it's useful to have that just to get things away from cactus or nether or dragon egg, stuff like that. And then what's this? Fast productivity is the best we can do at the minute. We'll be going for fastest, which is from aura bees, from magic bees. And then longest lifespan, shortest lifespan. So again, production bees, I give them low fertility and longest lifespan, just so they're spending less time coming out of the alveary and getting put back in. It don't make much difference over each cycle, but if you had it up a server over a week, it probably makes a bit of difference. And then shortest lifespan goes on my bees that I've got the max fertility. So what I'll probably end up with is I may get rid of the DNA tank, just have a little enclosed setup here where the gene pool feeds straight into these, and I'll run one alveary with these cultivated bees in, and I'll have it so that the gates on a trigger that if there's space for, or if this gets empty, no liquid or whatever, then it'll send some more bees across. I'll probably do it like that, but that's further down the line anyway. So yeah, so that's what I've got there, and I've just got this guy, both to humidity tolerance, so that's very nice. You see there, I've not got it there because I'm actually using it. There we go. I've just added both 5 temperature tolerance. So these Rocky Princess, Rocky Drone. These bees are going to be my base bees for all other stuff. So what I'm doing, I'm building up the stats on these. So the next thing I want, I guess, is longest lifespan on there. But see, this now has got the ±5. So a hell bee, +5 -5 is a bit too much, to be honest. A demonic bee from a hell, which is the nether, of course, could actually work in a snowy biome with this ±5. So any bee can work anywhere with ±5 on there and ±2 on the humidity, which is what I've got cooking up there. ±2, both 2. So they can go back in there. That can come out, and I'm going to want longest lifespan. So keep modifying them Rocky drones, and I'll put that into a thing and just build up a stack of 64 drones we can use, and then you can imprint any one of these onto it. You still got a bit of work to do with the princesses, but natural drones, it's just a case of once you've got a good stock of drones, it's just imprint whatever species you want on it, you know. So let me show you. I've got these. So acclimatizer, I had a bee in there, and it's the bee that I've got here, I believe. It is, yep, these are the bees that I used. So these started off with just cultivated. So what I did was I put them in there, and I gradually worked up a princess and a drone. So let's look at that. I gradually worked it up. So both 5, so I used blaze powder as you saw, then ice blocks to get to both 5 on the temp, and then I used sand, and then capsules of water to get both 2 on the humidity. And then once I got them to there, I bred some because these are high fertility as well, and then ran the bees through the isolator there until I got the both 5 and the both 2 tolerances off them. So that's how we got them. Well, that's very nice, so they can go in there out of the way. So there's the water capsules I used. Just use some beeswax and water, and there's a bit of sand left over that I used for the other part of the humidity. Now, what I want to talk about before I do any breeding is, I was doing this slightly wrong. I've sussed out what I was doing wrong. When I bred the ancient path, if we come up here, you'll notice them 3 prehistoric drones are a bit different. Now, let's look at this and turn that on. Relic. So I went for relic bee. Come on. Show up. Don't know what causes that. There we go. Bit weird. Bit of a delay maybe. So relic bee. See the stats there. It's got the longest life. That's what I bred up the relic bee for. So 8% chance. Prehistoric Imperial. Prehistoric is Primeval and Majestic. Primeval is Ancient and Noble. And Ancient is Noble and Diligent. So everything we had all the bees for that. So I bred that up all the way up to relic. You see these 8% chances? Well, what I was doing was I was using an ender eye, which multiplies that by 4, which makes it 32. Then an ender pearl, ender pearl doubles that, and it's 64. And then another ender pearl doubles that again, 128. So that's 4, 8, 16. So 16 times multiplication. And so if that is a bit of a, that's one way of doing it. But then what I did was I did Eye of Ender 4 times Eye of Ender, so 4 again. So that's 16 times multiplication still, 4 by 4. And what I worked out is it doesn't matter if you take it over 100%. You can only go 10 times multiplication before you get a chance of creating these things. Now you see this has got a little dash after its name, prehistoric drone, then in brackets there's a little minus. That means this bee is going to die after a couple of cycles. This is because I over mutated. I went over 10 times the mutation chance. Now the mutation chance, as we saw, to make a prehistoric, oops, button. To make a prehistoric is 8%. So the maximum I can go with that is 10 times. So the maximum chance I can get is 80%. And I worked it out. I got it to like 96% chance of getting this. And at first I thought, well, it's less than 100%. How come I've got How come I've got a bad bee? Well, it's because you can only go 10 times that. So whatever your bee is there, you can only go 10 times that. So in theory, all you need to do is use a uranium block, a uranium ore in a mutator every time, and you get the maximum mutation chance for that bee. So even if you go over 100% chance, as long as it's not 10 times the base, I think you're okay. So for a bee that's got like 25% chance, let's say Sinister. So a Sinister bee there, it's got a 60% chance. Times that by 10, that's 600%. I think that's still alright, as long as you don't times that by 11. Because 10 times 10 is the max, you know. So 660 would cause you to get these bad bees that die after a few cycles. They are bad, them two are alright, but they would die after a couple of cycles. But they were good enough for me to pull the serum off, so that's all I needed. So that worked out alright anyway. So you're not guaranteed to get them. Plus, if you're only doing it to get the serum, you're going to be not using them for production anyway. You're going to be putting them in there where they're going to die or probably get killed anyway when you're getting your serums, you know. So I think that's all good. I hope I explained that right. I maybe didn't. I'm going to bin all them because we don't actually need any of them. The only thing we needed from that from that line was the longest life, which we've got. That's cool. So right, I'm going to get a couple of bees ready. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into here. I'm going to get Tropical Princess and a Tropical Drone. So the next bees we're going to work on. Now look at these. These are jungle flowers. We ain't got. They need to be warm up or down 1, damp up or down 1. So the tolerance, I think they'll work in a normal. Down 1 from warm is normal. Up, go down 1. Yeah, down 1 from damp is normal. So that should work. That bit's alright. We're going to want to get rid of jungle flowers. I've already given these 4 times fertility just because I wanted to get extras. So what I'm going to do next with these then is, once I've done this longest lifespan on these, I'm going to put that flowers on there just so I don't have to mess around with jungle flowers. Jungle flowers are vines. I could just get vines, to be honest. Be quick enough, wouldn't it? Okay, I'll cut camera back in a bit. Okay, so I'm back, and the first thing I want to do with these is I need to get a couple of extra ones. So I've got some vines there. I'm going to put a vine on there. I'm going to put one on there just for now. And once we've done this path, we'll get rid of these. But this will die in 1 tick. All this is going to do, and that's going to hurt me as well. It's going to poison me, of course it is. I could have got rid of the effect there using my no effects here, but it doesn't actually make sense to change the stats on these just while we're breeding them up. What we're going for here is what's called Edenic Princess. This is the one that's got the XP boost on it. So exotic and tropical. Exotic is austere and tropical. And of course, tropical is just a tropical. It's from the hive. So God damn it, poison. So yeah, Edenic is what we're going for here. So what we need to do is one of our austeres and a tropical drone. 12% chance. All good. So I've got some extra drones there. That's the first one I want to do because I want to try and get the tropical serum, tropical species serum off this. That's the first thing to do. And then once we do that, we can look in a thing here. We've got loads of austere bees left over from when I was getting the austeres thing there. So we'll take them out. We're going to use these. Demonics, we've got all the things now to make these usable as well. So if you look at a demonic, I'll do this off camera, but look at a demonic in a Beelizer at the minute. We want that longest, fastest. We want rid of the flowers. We want that to be normal flowers. We want to get rid of the effect using that effect cancellation. And temperature tolerance, we need to be able to go down 4, so we need that ±5 on there. And humidity tolerance, we need that ±2 on that because it's arid, so we need up 1 on that. So what we need is down 4 and up 1. So the 2 things I've got now let me do that. So we can have this, we can get a demonic bee as a production bee, which will create as larvae from phosphor and refractory wax and glowstone. So that's a nice nice production bee that. I think that's gone back in there, is it? Yes. So I'll sort that out off camera as well. And then once we do this Edenic bee, the rest of the episode, I'm going to be making our first production Alveary, and we'll see about getting frames automatically pumped into it. Right, back in a bit when I've done a little bit of messing about, I think. Let's have a look. Don't want the episode to be too long. So we've not got what we want off that yet. So let's pull all that shit off. Yeah, we've got no tropical bee species there yet, so we can pull them off. I'll be back in a bit when we've got this, and we'll do a little bit of breeding, and then we'll get on with an alveary build. Okay then, so back, and this is what the bees that we're going for. So austere tropical is exotic. Austere, of course, has the requirement of cacti. We could do that, yeah. But I'm going to use the tropical princess. Is the princess I'm going to use. We've got some tropical drones spare, and now I've got the tropical species serum, so that's nice. And what I'm going to do with this is 4 times multiplier, 2 times multiplier. So it's got us an 8% chance, no, and a 12% chance. So 12% times that by 4, 48%, times that by 2, 96% chance. 96% chance, good enough. That should get us it. So in we go. There we go. So tropical princess, austere drone, should get us the bee we're after. So I think I've pretty much covered the actual breeding part, so I don't know if I'm going to need to do a great deal more of this on camera. Let me know. So we're going to breed the exotic there, and then exotic and a tropical. So that princess we get from this, I'm going to put the 4 times fertility on it again. Actually they might both have that, so that might be alright. Might already have that on there, because I think both that princess and drone might already have 4 times fertility. So I'm going to get the exotic species serum off, then combine that with tropical, get the Edenic, and off the Edenic we can pull the XP effect off, which is pretty cool. The other thing these are good for, Demonic, for example, and I think Edenic are both used for the higher level magic bee stuff. Let's have a look. Let's get the Edenic. What does the Edenic go into? So I just pressed U on that. Oh, nothing. Okay, my bad. Demonic then. I'm pretty sure Demonic goes into something. Come on. We've got Demonic. What do you go into, sir? Oh, madame. Come on. There we go. Demonic and V gets us Flux. And Demonic and Spiteful gets us Withering. Interesting. So Demonic and V gets us Flux. Okay, that's all there is there, though, isn't they? Magic bees have changed a bit since I last used it. Last time I used it, it was Thalmic bees. There we go. Exotic princess and exotic drones. We have got 4 of them, so that's good. So I can bang 3 of them straight in there, and hopefully that's going to give me the species serum from that. If not, though, we'll just hold these back because I might have to go in again just to get a few more drones. So once that's done, this princess will be going in one of the tropical drones. And what I'm going to do with that, that's an 8% chance. So I'm going to take it to its max using a bit of uranium. So let's go over here. Grab a bit of uranium. Not got much of that, only he's got 24 of that. So I'm going to be a bit sparing with that. So that's going to be 10 times multiplier. So that is going to be the max multiplier for that species. Oh, there's a butterfly, look. Whee! Flutterbies. So I don't 100% know what's causing that. I think I can catch them and put them in jars. But, I have to work out how to do that as well. So yeah, once we've got this, combine them, 8%, 10 times multiplier, I'll take it up to 80% chance of getting the bee we want, which I think is probably good enough. That's like quite an high chance in it. I could go higher, but then we get a chance of getting them with the minus after, which means they'll die pretty quick. So I'm going to try it with uranium first, see how it goes. And I'll be back when that's done, because I think I've shown enough of this now to show the general idea of how this works. There we go, exotic. So that's good. We can take these out. We've got our exotic species, so that means Oh, Exotic Princess and Tropical Drone can go in there. Should get us the Edenic. That's done, cool. That can go in there. That can go in there. Both temp tolerance can go back. This Rocky Princess is now looking like a nice princess. So you've got longest life. Fastest will do for now. I'm going to get the max pollen as well. Pollen is how quick it can produce flowers around it, which in turn is how quick it can produce mutated leaves on trees as well. So pollen is quite useful these days. I've dropped that into there, haven't I? I have. So yeah, so pollen will be an upgrade at some point. I've made these rocky bees use flowers rather than rock. Not that it's that important. There's rock everywhere. Loads of things count as rock. Max area I think is off one of the magic bees. We'll get to that at some point as well. Ender bees have a really nice big area, but I think the maximum area is off one of the magic bees. That means that that's how far the flowers and the trees can spread and stuff. Effects, we're going to put this XP effect on from the Edenic, and then that page there is perfect. That means if we get this page onto any bee, it can work anywhere at any time. So that's a really nice second page of stats. That's perfect. That one's done. This one still needs a bit of work. That one's done. So that's what these bees in here are doing for us. So I'll get a few. I'll load them back until we get a few more better stats, and then I'll start producing them. Right, what am I doing? Waiting for that. Oh look, that hadn't worked. Okay, so that has not given us what we wanted. So look what we have got from it. So the 80% chance was not enough. Exotic Edenic, it's got the Explorer effect there though. Exotic Edenic. Exotic. So I think what I need to do is put that in. I'm gonna go overkill here, see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? 16 times multiplier. 4 times 4 is 16. Exotic and a tropical, so that's an exotic Edenic hybrid. That hybrid one, I'm going to sling in there, see if we get anything good off it. We may get lucky, we may get the Edenic species or the Explorer effect. Let's see what this gives us. So this will almost certainly give us bees. Oh shit. Fucking poison. 40 seconds of poison. Back in a bit. Well, that's quite lucky. We've got the Edenic species serum. That's good. We've I don't know if that's actually got the Explorer effect on it, but we'll see. So that's one good thing. We've got Edenic species. Put that in there for now, because we've got nowhere else to put it. Well, we've got no room in there for at the minute. But the bad thing though is, look at that. I did that overbreed, and what we've got here is, I'll check them two hybrids in a minute. But what we've got here is an Edenic princess with a minus after it. So we've lost a princess. That's the first princess we've lost. Of course, if you lose drones, it don't really matter. But that princess is destined to die now after a couple more cycles. So princesses are a finite amount, especially when we're not using a quarry. I'm not going to get loads. If you use a quarry, you're going to end up getting loads of rocky princesses, but I can always get more. But that is going to die, and it's not got the stats we want. It's an Edenic tropical hybrid, so that ain't gone really well, has it? That could have gone better. But we got a couple of things off it that was alright. Exotic species we already got, that's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that's not so good either. So I'll try and get this into some kind of stable. It's not going to happen though, is it? I've cut that up, I think. So that's, just so you know, that's how not to do it, I guess. I'd have been better using the uranium and trying a couple more times until I got lucky enough to get a pure rather than over mutate and lose that. So we're going to actually lose that entire path if we don't watch out. I'm going to have to be careful that yeah, because we ain't got a tropical thing every. Okay, yeah, back in a bit. I'm going to work out what to do with this, and then we'll get on with the Alveary bit. So there we go. We have lost the princess. I've done the I cycled them through again, trying to get him into Edenics. Lost the princess. Got two tropical drones that are both destined to die. I'll just check the stats on these, but I don't think they're going to be anything worth putting in there. It's got the Explorer effect there, so we'll put that one through the the isolator, and that one's just got poison. That's got nothing we want on it. Nothing we want, so that one can go straight into the gene pool. Bye. So this one, yeah, this one could give us Explorer, which is all we really need. If that does give us Explorer, then we don't have to rebreed this. If it doesn't give us Explorer, what I'm going to do is have to use this austere princess with exotic drones. So I'm going to put these to one side for now, all these. And we've got a couple of spare tropical drones there, that's good. But yeah, we've lost a princess. We've lost our first princess, so it's a little bit bad, but it's alright, it's not the end of the world. And I'll put that Rocky Princess there. So now let's go on with actually doing a bit of expanding our productivity. Now, what I should have in here, if it's finished, and it looks like it has, is Alveary. No? What? I thought I'd put a pattern in to make Alveary blocks. Let's have a look. Alveary. What's going on? Try again. A-L V. No, what capital? What the hell, damn guy? What's going on there? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There we go. Alveary, so I want 2754. And oh shit. 54, we should have enough to make 54 of them. We have, excellent. So I should have 0% paneling left. Let's have a look. Stored craftable, I've got 0 left, so I did exactly the right amount of them, which is exactly as planned. And let me make some wood. Is that the right amount? Oops, get out. No. Ah, get off, idiot. 18 of them. So there's enough for 2 Alvearies, that's perfect. Now we want to make some of these. Now each one of these wants to have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want 8 frame housings. Them guys, frame housings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonderful. Now I had bits ready for them. And the frame housings, of course, take gold electron tubes. And I had made like a stack or so. Was it a stack? I used a stack of gold, I think. So I made quite a few of them gold electron tubes. So they were ready to go. So that is all we want in there. We could, of course, build the lights and the rain shields, but our production bees have all got good stats anyway. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start them over here against this wall. So these are going to end up over here, and eventually they're going to create a circle all the way around. And these are all going to be connected, and they're going to be connected for a reason, which I'll get to in a bit. So how do I want this? I'll have them 4. This will be the frame housings. So 4 frame housings is a maximum you can have. Now, without it creating them bees with a minus after the name. There we go, and then let's get up on top. Oh, we did that a bit, didn't I? There we go, and then put these slabs on the top. I wonder if this will work. Oh, lovely. Will work. That was using the shovel the earth over there. There we go, we've got our first 2 Alvearies, and of course into these we're going to put our industrious, our Imperials. Industrious, make sure I don't mix them up. Imperials, so they're going to go much quicker now, but they're going to go even quicker because we're going to be putting frames in there as well. so. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these should start producing very quick. Almost every tick they should be produced. So let's wait for a tick and we'll see if we get any more. So the next tick, that should go down somewhat. Come on, tick. So we've got the maximum wait of 27 seconds here, so there we go. Little tick, and there's more. So we're getting produce every tick now, which is brilliant. What we want to do is we're going to set this up with routers so that this auto crafts frames, puts them in here, stuff like that. But as well as that, of course, we need to actually make it so we can get products out of these. So now it's a case of me going to go get some stuff prepped. What we've got in here? Wooden transport pipes, good. In fact, I'm going to start pulling this apart because this is what we're going to be using. We want the wooden transport pipe and the autarkic gates off here because we don't need these anymore once we've got them. Going to need some of them. We're going to need that chest. So yeah, let me break camera again. I'll get a little bit of a route laid out of how I'm going to want these, and then when I know what I'm doing with it, I'll be back and I'll talk you through it. Okay then, and I'm back, and I've set up on this side of the building instead because of the way I'm going to fasten the router up. If you look down there, there's a bit of a clue. We've got an ME cable. So what I've done is on each of the top of the alvearies, wooden transport pipe there, and my apiaries pipe set to any bees back in, anything to yellow, which comes out here, so you can see product coming out pretty quick there. Because this is insane. Once I put some frames in to show you how quick things come. So literally it is every tick when frames are in there. If you go over 4 frames, and you're at risk of creating bees that die, so just bear that in mind. 4 frames is your maximum. So for some bees it'll give you produce every tick. For some of the, look at all the stuff coming out, man, crazy. For some bees it'll give you the max produce. For more advanced bees it might not give you quite just every tick, but it's the most you can get these days, so that's all good. And I've just connected that using sandstone transport pipes here. What sandstone transport pipes do, they'll only connect to other pipes, so that's not touching the alveary there because that could cause me issues. Of course, iron pipe routes the products the desired way, and then I was going to a bit of gold pipe there into my ender chest, which goes into my main system. So that's that. Now we can spread this out with the entire area as we get more and more alvearies. It's just a case. So I've got exactly the same setup here, using a couple of pipe plugs. What that lets me do is have the alvearies only one gap in between, and we need a gap for flowers anyway. So, and it lets me walk underneath. So this entire area will be a mass of pipes once we're done, and you can see I've got the next one set up already. No conditioning the gate yet, but the apiaries pipes are already set up, and of course this one won't need any pipe plugs because it's at the corner. And then I'll start making more and gradually spreading this across, and everything that gets produced in here will go into there, right the way across here. So that's kind of awesome. We're sort of sorted with that, so all the pipes and stuff. I've just got my portal gun out because I just moved the tool chest down a little bit. So all this stuff can go in there. Now there is something I want to try as well though, so let's put all these pipes away because our pipes are sorted for now. Spare autarkic gate, pipe plugs can go in there. ME cable I still need a bit of, and I want to try something with that cobblestone structure pipe. So the next thing to do is start sorting the router out. The proper way of saying that, by the way, just in case you was wondering. Okay then, here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to use a factorization router, and there it is. The recipe for the thing is dark iron. I've explained this in my normal series, so you should know how to do this. If not, just check my normal series for one that's entitled routers, I think. Maybe didn't put it in the title. I should have done. But that route was quite straightforward. You've got to make some dark iron. Now I thought we needed this thing, a machine filter. So I've just done a big elaborate thing where I made one of these things, a logic matrix identifier. We don't need any of that, so I've just cut all that back out of the video. All we need is router. And the only other thing we need to do is, in our ME network here, is the way I'm doing it automated, is we're going to want a pattern in here for impregnated frames and untreated frames. Now, impregnated frames I'm only putting in there because I've got loads of sticks to use up. I've got 648 impregnated sticks. Once they're gone, I'm not going to make any more impregnated sticks. I'm just going to use normal untreated frames. That won't last as long. They get the same production in boost, but they just don't last as long. But because we're auto crafting them anyway from wood and string, it doesn't matter. So that's how your frames are made there. So your impregnated frames need impregnated sticks. Your normal ones just need a normal stick. Makes it miles easier if you're doing it automated, just to use the normal ones. So that's everything we need. As long as that pattern's in there, we're all good. This is of course doing this with ME network. If you was going to do it using some other kind of auto crafting, then you'd have to work out how to get your frames to your router, basically. Well, what we're going to do is the router there, we're just going to put insert into slot 0. And has this still got frames in? The frames in these have run out, so if we put a frame in there, you'll see it's disappeared, and it should have gone into one of these. There it is, gone into there, look. Put another one in, bosh. Should have gone into another one of these. There it is. So what this will do, this router, is because it's touching this alveary, anytime this gets a frame in it and there's a slot available for a frame, it'll put it in, which is wonderful. So all we need to do is precision export bus, which I've just crafted using the ME network, ME crafting. We put our precision export bus onto the bottom of the router, which didn't connect, the arsehole. Connect, please. There we go, so that's connected now. And all we've got to put in this is, we actually need a frame. So I'm going to borrow one out of here. So I've got some left here. I'm still creating these cultivators because the two bees I've got there, Industrious and Imperial, don't actually produce basic honeycomb beeswax. They only produce well, that one might do. I'm not sure. I won't get enough beeswax anyway, so I've just got cultivated producing a bit of standard honeycomb for the time being. So what we need to do in this is we need to change this setting here to always craft items. And we need to put the shadow of a frame in there. What that'll do, you'll see a frame pop up to this. And what it's done, it's crafted frames. The ME network's automatically crafted frames and filled up the frame housing. So whenever the frame in here wears out, that'll put it in there. The system will craft another one, put it back in there. So always keep it full. There we go, automated frames, and that's just on one alveary course. You need your alvearies to connect to make it so that put that back in there. You need your alvearies to connect so that it'll go across. So the easiest way of doing that is, it'd be nice if there was an actual connector block that you could use for this very purpose, but as far as I know, no such block exists. So I'm going to break that block. I'll break that block. I'll put that bit of dirt down there. Now, I actually want some buttons for this because I want something to block the furnace. So let me just grab some buttons. Should have some buttons in here. Should have a lot of buttons actually. We've got loads. There we go. So what's going to happen here is, as soon as I put a furnace touching this alveary, it's going to get a frame thrown into it. Watch. Put a frame in there, but we don't want a frame in there. We don't want a button in there. So let's have a button. And then same here. We haven't connected that yet, but I'll put a button in. And then middle one, put a button in there as well. So now what's happened is these two are connected via that little path of 3 furnaces, and that's only like 8 cobble each, so furnaces, I mean, really cheap. So what you're going to have is a little connected path between all these with furnaces with buttons in. What that'll do is it'll connect all your frame housings, so that, there you go, you have now got fully automated frame housings. That's fully expandable, so as we expand our alvearies out, 4 frame housings in each one, everyone it'll just add onto the system. We don't actually have to do anything else to the frame housing system, to the frame inputting system either. Once them impregnated sticks runs out, I'll just switch that in there from impregnated to a normal frame, and it'll always try to craft normal frames instead. So that's the only thing I need to do when they run out. And there we go, automated maximum production bees, which will produce every tick. Excellent. So that's it for this episode. As always, thank you very much for watching. Let's just see what this gives us. I put the tropical queen, tropical princess with an exotic in there. I made the austere princess into an exotic, into a tropical princess, but I've just had to modify the fact that it was asking for cactus. So rather than plant some cactus, which would have been quicker, I just dicked about and give it the flowers pollination instead. So we'll see what this gives us. It's given us exotics, son of a bitch. That was with an uranium in there, so that was 80% chance of getting the Edenics. Now, exotic tropical. What are you? Look at that, not a single one's mutated. All exotic tropicals, son of a bitch. Well, I'm going to keep trying to do that. I've actually got the Edenic species, which is fine. I want to get some pure Edenics just running a few times so I can try and pull that explorer effects that they have standardly, which we ain't got yet. So, okay, yeah, that's it for this episode of FTB Supplemental, and I'll see you soon. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was educational. I hope you like my little setup there. I'm quite happy with it. Very easy to expand now it's going, and very good produce from them, so very good. The rest of the episodes will all be about breeding specific bees, which is going to be a bit more tedious. One of the things we need to go for is radioactive, so we've got plenty of uranium for more breeding, and all kind of other stuff. So I'll see you for them hopefully. Cheers, bye.